Hello, hello. We're back with another crochet stream. I am very tired, so it's probably going to be just as quiet as always. We'll see how quickly we get through this as well. I might rush it a little bit because of how tired I am. But I didn't want to miss a third crochet day stream in a row. Even if I have been at least making sure I do Friday streams. But, you know. I don't like missing streams, but if I don't feel well, I don't feel well. But I feel well enough to be able to try and stream today. So we're gonna give it a shot. As per usual, we have Ty waiting for us. So I'm gonna switch over to camera and undeafen so we can talk to Ty. Hello.
Hi.
Anyway.
I was listening to stream audio and I wasn't sure if that was on stream or not for a second. But I heard it on, like, that you were coming in to talk to me on the stream end. I was like, oh wait, that was actual. Okay, hang on. As you can tell, I'm a little out of it.
We're both sleepy. But you're also not feeling the best, so.
Yeah.
It's okay. Left this week was pretty chill. Didn't do quite as much drawing. I did some, but for the most part, I was just kind of hanging out. Ty and I playing a lot of Saints Row.
Yeah.
And then also, these past couple days, I've joined Emmy on stream for Our Life. Which has been so fun. I don't know if she's streaming again today. I messaged her earlier, but of course she's probably still asleep right now. So probably won't get a message until she wakes up. Yeah. It's just gonna be a nice chill stream as usual.
God, this axe. Good. I realized that you can apply higher level enchantments on the gear as long as it has the mod slot. And I may have added a thing that added like 20% strength bonus to me.
Oh, good lord.
It does like 500 damage now. I could stop you. Oh, there we go. I just realized I never asked if that hammer was good for anything, because we only really tested it on boars initially.
We are finally getting to the point in the darker green where it's getting close to us not needing to use it anymore. Meaning we can finally go back to the green that we're supposed to have for this project. Especially considering there's a lot of green in this specific square. It's just been very chill.
I'm excited to see the end products.
It's a lot of green.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of just like neutral chill days, so
Yeah.
green is definitely going to be the main color of this blanket. Or, I mean, we're only in, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 weeks into the year, so like you never know. Hopefully it still stays positive though.
I would hope so too.
So for most of the points where it's been like the more negative ones, like the drain stuff, like it's just been because I've been like getting a little sick.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days from like a little bit of rough anxiety days or just off days.
I do as much as I can, but
Mm.
I'm not a fix-all for every day.
Mm.
Some days I help, and some days I'm just a little bit of damage control.
What's this supposed to mean?
It did.
Hmm? Huh?
That router was dying. I was wondering why I got kicked out of the India.
Oh.
I was gonna say, sometimes I can actually help and your mood is like a good one for that day, or sometimes it's just alright at the end of the day.
Mm.
But I try to make every day a good day, but sometimes they end up just okay. And that's
just
alright.
how life is sometimes.
Yeah. I do my best. That's what matters.
Properties. Not that one. Figure view. There it is. Oh, I'm being DM'd by someone. That would be about a commission thing. So remind me as I adjust camera settings a little bit. Okay.
just realized this wasn't updated yet.
What?
My day list. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, my stream music. I liked this morning's.
Oh?
This morning was early morning city pop.
What is my current day list? Just open up Spotify for a second to check.
Every time I see lo-fi, I'm just like, wow, wonderful stream music.
This is calling me out because of the music I listened to like 1 or 2 days. Like I listened to this kind of music for like a day maybe because I was just like, you know what? I want hyper crazy music to listen to. And now it's been stuck on this music for this around this time of day. God. Tasty Semo. Sunday afternoon. Scene and emo music, basically. I just wanted to listen to strange hyper music because I had weird energy and needed it to help expel that energy, and then now it's stuck to that. Literally, for most of that, I just looked up like weird core music. Oh my god! It's Kay! And Kay's the first today! Congratulations! Most people forget that that's a thing, or aren't aware, and so most of the time, Savvy is the first to redeem it. Last time it was Ty.
Last like 6 times it was me. Because Abby kept saying that no one ever remembers that it was there, so I remembered it was there. And today I was dealing with the fact that my Wi-Fi was trying to perish.
Yeah. Hopefully this stream will have no interruptions, but we do have my sister's dog here currently, so there's a chance that I might have to dip for a little bit to go take her outside at some point later. But there's also a chance that she just sleeps through the entire time I'm streaming. I'll just have to worry about that later.
I love when there's a bit that no one sees on the side. For like, well, much of anything. I sent Becca a reel this morning, and it was the person whose name ends in A owes you an ice cream, and I just sent the message after of I ain't make the rules, Becca. Becca just responded, damn.
Jafrex, hello. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I just remembered something that I forgot to add to my stream titles things for crochet streams. Hold on. I put chat command. I need to add to the title command for weekly crochet, and that should be there. Okay, because I know the past couple of times that I was able to stream this, people ask about the project I'm working on.
Yeah.
So I added a chat command, and I completely forgot to like, oh yeah, I need to add that to my stream title. It gives a rough rundown of the project that I'm working on. Thank you! I'm very happy with this Fiji tuber. Yes, hello, hi, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you enjoy your stay. I need to get better about I need to get better about actually saying hi to people. I'm an awkward person. But yes. LGBT, of course. I am non-binary and pan-romantic, I'll say.
And I'm here.
Yeah, Ty just exists here. He's here to keep me company. Technically, you're supposed to be the one to help keep me talking, but we like vibing in silence together too much for that to work. But I enjoy the company regardless, so...
Also, I get sad if I'm away from them too long. Granted, that goes both ways, but...
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I wish I could find a way to make this yarn a little easier, but a little difficult. I've been good, Kay. Just chilling, doing the usual, just hanging out, playing games, all that. How have you been? It's been a bit. It's nice to see you stop by and hang out for a bit. Nice. Finishing up degrees and all that. That's... It is a party in chat today. It's crazy. I don't usually have a ton of people talking. But yeah. Okay, I wish you luck with your homework and stuff, and I also wish you luck in speedy video editing.
Editing is always such a process.
So I've heard.
Like, yeah, so with...
I don't know. I don't know why that was... I don't know.
I look over, I'm like, why did something just get flagged?
Jesus.
Dude, I don't even remember what my thought beforehand was anymore.
I'm gonna talk about editing, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. When I was giving North the footage of cutting down and cleaning all the bamboo for that alphabet prank, that genuinely took me like 4 hours just to do a simple speed up on it.
Oh,
because it was... I had to deal with a ton of audio issues from speeding it up.
Oh no.
The speed up video? I got that done months ago. If that's what you're asking.
It's been a while. I haven't even been on Alphabet in
Yeah, that
forever.
was a last year project. I haven't done editing recently because of my classes taking too much of my time. Alright. Yeah. I really want to get back to editing my like VODs down into actual videos, but I just can't.
Mm-hmm. You're doing pretty good. I also got that there was a handful of servers I had been in that I hadn't been very active in, so there's a lot that I still technically am not very active in, but it's I don't have a very long server list to begin with, so it's not like I have to worry about saving space. And also there's a lot of them that are like specifically to like old friends and such from earlier on in my streaming, and it's just like I like having them there, just even if I don't talk to them or don't talk to those people often anymore. It feels weird to to leave them. It's crazy to me. I mean, I do have a tendency to kind of, once I'm focused on one server, I kind of stick around in that one, so I don't tend to join a ton of servers. But like I join some for like my closer friends and such. So like I don't have a ton of servers that I'm in, but I still have more than I need, considering I don't leave my own server very often.
Yeah.
And that's my personal server too. It's not even like the open one for my community and such, which I also need to do more with. And I've said that a few times, but you know. Yeah, exactly. I get that book. Joined a new one recently because they were advertising about looking for voice actors. At the point, it's been months. They just keep saying voice apps open soon. That's annoying. How soon is soon? Give a time frame. Like, come on. Oh, jeez. Crocs. Hi. Thank you for the raid.
All right.
Hello, hello. Welcome in. Jeez. My chair is... Yay. Hello. Right, beloved. Crocs, hope stream was well. I appreciate the raid. If you need to raid and run, don't worry about it. You're all good. Have fun with cooking. I always love the idea of voice acting and stuff, but like I used to be able to do a ton of weird funny voices and stuff when I was younger, but it was one of those situations of where I got too embarrassed by it because of how people react sometimes. So I just kind of stopped. LL. Sometimes I'm able to get back into that and do that, but it's usually if I'm sleep deprived and don't care as much about what people think. It's a little unfortunate, but it's alright. I think it also didn't help though. I also have very like mild performance anxiety for certain things. So like it'd be something that I do to make my brother and my nieces and nephew laugh. We're all close in age and such, so it's like I'm just trying to be funny for and then they try to get me to do it to show like our adults in the family. I'm just like, no. How about no? Because I'd panic too much. I appreciate that. I feel like I didn't really do much for each individual character. It just kind of very slight variations on my own voice. Which is, I could do better, but. So much green in this one. For those in chat that are curious as to what this project is that I'm working on, that haven't heard about it in the past, haven't been around to hear it in the past, if you do !weekly crochet in chat, then you get a little explanation as to what it is that's going on. So this weirdly colored square that I'm making. And all the weird colors of my notebook.
They're trying to silence me.
Oh no. Is your internet being a pain again?
It is, yeah. Luckily, the other router went out. So hopefully I'll be fine.
Hopefully.
I'm just hoping that I don't have an issue with both of them going down at the same time.
Yeah.
The other night. I know it's gonna be weird when I'm able to finally switch back to the proper green for these. Because, like, it was weird when I first started with this one, and it's a nice green, but it's not the green that I wanted for this project. But it's what was there when I first tried getting new green yarn, because I kept going back and back and back to find the green yarn, and it wasn't there, so I had to get a replacement. And it's a little darker. And I'm not a fan of that. So there's gonna be a handful of squares that don't match when it comes to the green. But then last time
have to have any action or anything. It was just to name the song. And it was one song in there. And since I didn't have the actual VOD on Twitch still, so I couldn't check to make sure it was actually the same time, but it was the only song that was copyright claimed.
Yeah.
So I removed it from the playlist. And hopefully we don't have to worry about that now.
Dude, that really cool sounding southern gothic music has been doing me good, and it hasn't gotten claimed in the like 7 streams it's been in. Which is great because it sounds really good.
Nice. So much green. Now the rest of it's gonna be green and yellow. It's gonna look like the Oregon Ducks. Or it's gonna look like Thomas here. A little bit, because it's green and yellow and red. But the other green would have been more close to the proper green. That'd be a fun project to do at some point. Random little projects that are like color-wise based off of some of my clown dolls.
Oh, that would be fun.
I have a lot of very colorful dolls, so especially Frankie, who literally has a rainbow on him. So me and my 34 clowns. Remember correctly, with the clown dolls that I drew for the background that are in the shelf in the background of my stream and such,
Yeah.
I think there's like 3, maybe 4 of them that are actually based design-wise on dolls that I actually have. And then if we take a moment and hide the camera and look at the back couch, I don't have the big one yet, but this doll in the back is based off of one that I crocheted on the couch. That clown's name being Kyle. But I have a small one that I made, and then I started and have planned to make a bigger one with more like actual plush yarn, so it's a big soft huggable plushie instead of just a little one. It's so cute. My niece Lachlan, there was a couple of times before last time I moved my room around and such, that I had him down in an area that was like reachable for her, just because it's where I had him. And she'd occasionally come in and grab him and take him out to the living room to go play. It was so cute. And then also her always wanting to come in, and one of my little small clown dolls I have is on a swing. And she'd always want me to take it off the wall so that I can hold it out for her so she can swing it, and she'd always push it and just go, wee! It's so cute. She likes the dolls, which I was a little surprised about, but also very pleased. Glad to know she's not scared of them. Neither is Harlow. Harlow doesn't really pay much mind to them, though. Unless I'm specifically showing them. Like, when I got, the doll that Poke helped me name, his name is Glenda. I had brought her out to show, I think, my sister or something, and Harlow and them were there, so I showed her, and she thought she was very pretty, so. Hello! It is me. How are you doing today, Quartz? I'm pretty good. A little tired because I stayed up. Well, I was up and about kind of late, but that was because initially it was because I was on a friend of mine's stream and she's Australian, so the time difference is a bit of a thing. And then I had a hell of a time actually falling asleep, so tired, but other than that, still pretty good. Better now. At this point in the day, feel more awake, at least, than I was, so that's good. I wasn't sure how well I'd be doing today.
And I'm eating chips.
What kind of chips? Why are you so quiet?
I'm on the ground.
Ah.
I don't know why I'm on the ground.
I should have guessed.
I don't remember why I came down here. I think it's because my back's so hurting.
That's fair. Ty is now a floor goblin.
know what I find funny that I've been thinking about recently?
Mm.
The fact that we learned out that we were very much heavily Irish.
Mm.
Irish and Scottish.
Uh-huh.
And that has led to the fact that despite not knowing that we were Irish, I was given an Irish name. Because my name literally translates to from the land of Aegon, which is a place in Ireland. I have butchered the way that you say that, but I think that's kind of close at least.
Mm. I don't really know a ton about like my heritage and such. I know that at least from my dad, I have Native American blood in my blood, and then also German, and I know the Native American is mostly from my dad's side of the family, and then the German is from my mom's. But like, I don't know much other than that. I think there is also a little bit of Native American on my mom's side of the my mom's side of the family. I've always been curious about that kind of stuff, but never actually taken the time to try and the way they actually see. Not that it matters,
Irish is the one that I like. Irish and African American are the ones that I like admit to because they're very prominent.
Mm.
Because Irish, my mom is 60% Irish.
Mm.
And then my dad is, very prominently African American.
Mm-hmm.
So those are like the two big things, and then there's a bunch of little things sprinkled in there.
Yeah. The only reason I know about the Native American blood from my dad was because there was one time in elementary school I went on a field trip and we visited a tribe. Like they have special events and stuff to bring in people for like their history and history and stuff. And I went on a field trip there. And then when I came back home, my dad happened to be visiting. Happened to have been coming by to visit. And he mentioned that actually that happens to be a tribe that we might be a part of. Bloodwise, I was like, oh! Wow! Crazy!
This is why we say flesh with destiny.
That and it's just kind of funny.
No, it is. It's extremely funny.
You look into the forest and you think you see something? No, you didn't.
You didn't.
Don't look in the trees. You hear someone calling out for you? No, you didn't. Especially if it's your own voice. That's especially, you should know never to react. You hear someone calling out to you in a familiar voice and you know you're not around that person. Do not respond. No, you didn't. You did not hear shit.
I'm responding.
Don't you dare. That's how you get yourself killed.
But I'll take 20 of them with me.
You're already a cursed person as it is. You're already cursed.
Don't say it like that.
You know what I mean? You've already been cursed enough times.
And I'll be cursed again.
No. You would think I'd be the one that's cursed with the 34 clown dolls. To be fair, a couple of them are handmade, so it's not likely for them to have any spiritual attachments, really, technically, unless Finch cursed me with the one that he made me as a gift, which I doubt he would. Highly, highly doubt. Most of mine, if not all, actually not even most, all of mine being ones that I've basically thrifted, or gotten from antique shops. Or, you know, the fact that a handful of them are from a store that in the downtown area where I live. The downtown area, which is like the most haunted place in the like area. The store specifically being one of the most haunted places down there. It's like I'm asking to be cursed. But I've been pretty lucky.
Not to mention, you did take one that you, in fact, got an emotional vibe from.
Yep. Not even just me. Me and my mother.
Yeah. If I was there, I probably also would have picked up on it.
Probably.
That's if everything else in that place didn't pick up on me first. I feel like I'm gonna go in there and get a migraine.
Oh,
and
potentially.
Also a nosebleed.
Potentially, yeah.
I can't wait. I really hope that like you guys bring me in there and then we greet the shopkeeper and everything's all cool and then my nose just immediately starts bleeding.
To be fair, even I've had moments where I've been in there for a certain amount of time and then suddenly start getting a headache. So it's like it happens.
Spiritually charged places like that do that.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I'm in places, like even if I don't know they're haunted yet, really heavily charged places will make my nose bleed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was on a field trip to some like historic place, and I remember asking the tour guide, like, "Hey, was there any like battles here?" And he's like, "There was like 6 battles here, a lot of them with Native Americans." And I went, "That explains." And my nose is like slightly bleeding. And they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine."
Yeah, this happens. This is normal.
Don't worry, this all the time.
This is why it'd be fun for us to go ghost hunting together. Oh, Jesus. Hi, Safi.
Oh, wow.
I really should at some point get back to finishing up making that other clown plushie. Because I have it started. I've had it started for a while, and I also, though, need to remember where I put it. Oh god, where did I put it? Crap. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out eventually. It might be in the shelf in my room that is currently blocked off by a ton of stuff that I plan to get rid of. That I have yet to be able to get rid of.
I hope you find your missing sketchbooks when you find it.
I also hope I'll be able to find that damn sketchbook. God, it's still... Why did the boop not play? Thank you for the hydrate. Ty, drink some water. And the posture check.
Okay, well my posture's fine. Because I was on the ground just now.
Yeah.
My back was hurting again. I do not have any water.
We'll go get water.
I have water today. I drank a full gallon.
Well, God damn it.
Oh, I should probably drink more water. It's fine. I was just thinking that I should probably go and get myself some real food and not just eat chips.
Yeah, probably.
All I've eaten today is potatoes. This morning I ate hash browns, and now I'm eating chips.
Sleepy.
Alright. I'll be back soon.
Alrighty.
Love you.
Love you. I want to stop yawning. Stop yawning. I'm EP. Jeez. Maybe once I find the big clown doll plushie that I was making, or I had started at least, maybe I will. We'll see about me streaming some of the making of that, because like oh, on Friday I finished playing Unpacking, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for next Friday's stream. And Fridays don't necessarily have to always be gaming. They could also be crochet days if needed. Like if I don't know what game to play. It's just the Sundays are always gonna be crocheting, specifically this project. So, you know, weekly check-ins. If I manage to find that project, then maybe we can do that. I would have to go searching. I would also show the little clown doll that I'm talking about, the one that I crocheted, but I don't have him nearby. He's all the way across my room, and I don't think I have any images of him on my PC. Probably could grab one real quick. As long as this tab stays muted. There we go. My profile. Take a snip. It's easier. Get the whole image, because why not? Unmute that, and then we're going to create an image. This little guy. With the reference image of the doll that I found on Pinterest that I was basing it off of vaguely. Yes, this is Kyle. And this is the doll that the dude in the background is based off of. Plus it is technically because I tried to draw him accurately. Yes, this is Kyle. And like I said, planning to make a larger version of this plushie, which is why there's a second one on the couch. Because that was meant to be like the big one. Or there's also, I could at some point. Oh, Dark Moon Clover, thank you so much for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your start. If you feel like chatting, then like, how are you doing? If not, then I hope you are able to just vibe. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Right. Another thing I could possibly do instead of crocheting, or if I don't manage to figure out a game to play, I guess I could maybe try to do a little bit of a drawing stream. We'll have to see how that goes. This is like, for those who are aware, because I know some people that might be chilling that know me and are in my private server, that I've been drawing a lot. I mean, that's me drawing a lot has been mentioned a few times because of how much purple is in this last couple weeks. But specifically, I've been drawing a lot of my old OCs. I went through a while back and pulled out a ton of old drawings, like a handful of old drawings of OCs. And I have a list of just all my OCs and stuff, and I've been going through and doing drawings of each of them. It's been a lot of fun. Doing alright, dreading the pile of dishes. That is very fair. Dishes are like one of the most simple things, but also one of the most annoying. I also have to go empty the dishwasher at least at some point soon, today. But, you know, I'm fortunate enough. My only thing is having to empty it. I don't have to. I will obviously put things in the dishwasher as they need to be, but I'm not usually one to actually start the dishes and such, or hand wash the ones that need to be hand washed. That's my mom does that. But main thing is I have to empty it. It's like that's perfectly fair. Yeah. My main chore that I had to do is cleaning the cat boxes. So there's that. It's also obviously not fun. But what can you do? We have two very big cats. Valid. Very fair, very fair. About 3.5-ish rows left to do for this one.
I returned and I have food now.
Welcome back. What food you get?
Some skunk.
Huh?
Sausage.
Ah. I could not.
It's because I also say it weird whenever, because that's been a long-running joke. I don't even remember where it originates from, but me and my brother will just go Samskig.
Rather start on a new. Yeah. T-Rex. Yeah. Yeah. The pain of having to do chores or things that certain responsibilities when you just want to sit and do your craft stuff is very valid and a very relatable feeling. Most of the time I'm fortunate enough not to have to worry too much about that. I usually have the free time to be able to do the projects I want to do. I'm actually, oh, that's right. I need to go and get yarn at some point soon so I can make little Easter gifts for my nieces. Because I was planning on probably, I think I was gonna go with making like a little pink or purple like bunny or something for my niece Harlow, and then I don't know, maybe a little chick, like a little chicken for my other niece Lachlan. And then also I randomly threw out the idea with my mom because Harlow very much loved playing with the little Easter eggs, plastic Easter eggs and stuff, and hiding them around. And she would last Easter she kept making my mom hide them or having her hide them, and then they'd go and search around for them like over and over and over again. So I was thinking also of maybe doing, well, there's the option of making a little chick that hatches from its, like, has a little egg that it goes into, or just sort of making little eggs for her to play with and hide around. You know, very simple. They're just gonna be a little orb anyway, so. Pinterest, yes, Pinterest. Though it is the land full of people sharing art that doesn't belong to them, it is also a good area to find good references and patterns and ideas and inspiration for a lot of different kinds of things. Has its pros and its cons. I just need to fully decide what exactly it is I'm doing, and then get the yarn, and thankfully the ones I'm planning on doing are smaller ones than what I usually would do, because there's been a handful of plushies that I've made for my nieces that have been fairly large, but with how quickly I tend to work them up, I tend to be able to finish them in at least a day or two sometimes, so like, wouldn't necessarily be that bad, but I was planning on doing smaller plushies for them this time, so it really won't take long if I do that. Yeah. Pros and cons.
I always forget that I have that playlist.
Hmm.
I just have a playlist that's all crane wives.
Ah. Ooh. Overall's fun. There's been I've I have this mushroom hat that I made for myself because I was messing with a pattern that I bought. And my niece Lachlan absolutely adored it. Like, she kept coming in and asking for it, and she'd have me put it on her head, and she'd walk around with it and all that kind of stuff. And so for Christmas, I had made her her own little one for her to wear, and she was very happy with that. And I made a little cute rainbow hexy, like hexy cardigan, like Grandy hexagon cardigan for my other niece. I love making them random little gifts. Especially plushies, they tend to enjoy those the most, but yeah, that's to be expected when they're small children. I actually made my niece also a dinosaur plushie 1 year for her birthday. Wasn't necessarily a specific dinosaur, it had like it was a long neck dinosaur, that's about it. It was just, and I don't, most of the time with my plushies, when I make them, I don't tend to go off of a pattern, so I just kind of wing it. And it turned out pretty good for not following a pattern. It was one of the things she was most excited about when she pulled it out of the bag.
It's true.
And then, of course, there was the added bonus of the astonishment and praise that I got from everybody. It's like, wow, that's so cool. It's like, I know. It's always nice to be praised for the things that you make. And my crocheting and stuff is one of the things I'm most comfortable and confident in when it comes to my abilities, so like, it's especially nice. Like all the compliments I get on the split cardigan that I made for myself. That's one side is rainbow, one side's all black, white, and gray. And it was one of my favorite projects, and I love it. And I can't wait for it to be proper weather for me to wear it again. Okay. Yellow. Again. And then we get 2 rows of green. And then we do my half-ass weaving it of the ends, and then we're good. Yeah, think it's been like 6 or 7 years now since I've been crocheting, which is weird to think about. Just thinking about how long it's been, because it was like, I think my sophomore year of high school, maybe? Which is weird. It's so weird. I don't like thinking about the passage of time. Not even me yet. Is that even correct? I don't even remember. Anyways. My time blindness definitely doesn't help. But it's been a while since I started crocheting and such. And also, recently-ish, again, re-picking up trying to learn to knit. It never seems as long as it was, definitely. But my many different hobbies that I've had in crocheting, and crocheting has been one of the ones I've stuck to the most. Enjoying your music?
I am, yeah. It's been a long time, and I forgot how much I like this band.
That's fair. Like, drawing has always been something I've been passionate about. Even if I'm still not technically the most confident in my abilities, I'm feeling a lot better now than I used to. So like, I'm getting a little better about it. But I enjoy drawing too much to care too much about like what people think. Unless it's, obviously genuine criticism and tips and such. But other than that, crocheting has been one of the main things. I've gone through my many other hobbies, such as many other hobbies, like originally attempting to learn to knit and then struggling finding crochet, learning that, and then at some point taking up knitting again and finally figuring it out. Or a couple times messing around with embroidery, or bookbinding. This journal here in front of me is actually one that I made myself. It's one of my more simple ones that I made. That's just... I like making journals. I had a friend that used to ask me all the time to make journals and such, and in payment he would get me energy drinks that I need to be able to survive school. Or watermelon Arizonas, because it's like my favorite drink.
Watermelon Arizona.
Or there's also my flower crowns that I haven't made in a couple years, I think. But I think that's fun. But I do very much enjoy it. I have 9 of them hanging on my wall currently on the opposite side of my room that I have made. I've had people ask me to make them flower crowns. I had a friend that had like a festival thing that she was going to during high school, and she requested a flower crown, so I got to do that. And then next time I get Poke out here, I think that's another thing we forgot last time they were over, but supposed to pick through some of my flowers, and I was gonna make them one.
It was something you were supposed to do last time, and I know exactly why it didn't happen. It was that morning where Poke called me and we chatted for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I technically don't know for sure, really, if I have ADHD. I would not be surprised if I did, based on both friends that have ADHD and or autism, and the symptoms and things that people have pointed out and or things that I've noticed. So that's, but getting a diagnosis is a pain in the ass, so. Based especially on the amount of hobbies I've gone through, it's very possible.
Yeah.
And that's just one instance of like...
If I have it, then mine's odd. where it's like I can still focus on things, just sometimes my focus is better. Or but I don't pick up that many new skills or really get extremely burnt out of like the stuff I do. And honestly, I've just chalked up the focus thing because usually it's because of nights I've slept better. So I have no idea. But there's a lot of things that stack up and are like, you probably have ADHD.
At least
and
the
I'm
mild form of ADHD or something.
Yeah. Extremely mild. Because I didn't have any issues like in school or anything either.
Imagine. That's another thing. It's also like my brain doesn't like to focus on things a lot unless there's specifically something I will enjoy or know I enjoy. So like, you know, crocheting. I'm able to focus on my crocheting pretty well because it's something I enjoy a lot. Or my drawing. I'm able to focus on that because I enjoy it a lot. Do not even try to get me to focus on math. Not gonna happen. Or history. Maybe some certain specific aspects of history, but like overall general history, not really my thing. So I struggled a lot in a lot of different aspects of school, but then there was classes that I enjoyed enough to pay attention, like my language arts classes for the most part. My creative writing class, of course, but that was also my choice. Choir, of course, but again, my choice. Just, you know, things that were related to my interests. Or in some way, shape, or form. So I also, you know, like reading and writing, so of course, the creative writing and such, and language arts stuff was gonna be at least partially entertaining for me. I know, language arts classes were definitely some of my best classes. I never had the best of falling dopamine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Never had the best grade cell in general anyways. I was good, able to at least get passing grades by the time I needed to graduate. But I was also in the class of 2020, so there's also the pandemic.
Up until I suffered from being like way too smart at an early age and not knowing how to like properly study because of it. So like I got towards the end of middle school and my grades were really not great. And then I was in high school starting out, I was suffering from like doing that, being in all honors and doing a sport. So like I literally was fighting for everything all at once starting high school.
I remember it wasn't until like 7th and 8th grade, so middle school for me, that it really hit me how bad my grades had kind of been. Because I wasn't one to focus on my own grades. I put a lot of that. My mom focused on that more than I did, so I didn't pay much mind to that as a child. Which, you know, fair enough. Child, you're not gonna really think about grades too much until a certain point. But it wasn't until like the end of like middle school and stuff where it was like more prominent, and I was actually clearly told like, hey, you're barely scraping by. Like I was struggling. Thankfully, managed to get through, and even if technically my graduation / like getting my diploma and stuff was delayed, partially because of the pandemic and stuff, it was because I had catch-up classes, like credit recovery classes that I was doing in like senior year and such, and they didn't update the grades often enough for me to know for sure. And so initially, when the pandemic hit, I had planned with my mom that we were gonna try and see about me getting my GED instead. So I dropped out instead of worrying about trying to do the online classes, like for home classes and such, for the first part of the pandemic and such. And then found out after a while, because we also postponed trying to look into getting my GED and such, found out a while after that, like a couple years I think it was, that, oh, you only had like half a credit less than what you needed to graduate. And also they were just letting students of that year pass anyways if they're like, because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I found that out way later, and I was like, well fuck. And so I contacted the school again. I was like, yeah, you only have like half a credit. We're not going to hold that against you. And so they let me pass, and I got my diploma. I was like, oh, wow, it's that easy. I've been waiting for this and stressing about this for a couple years, only to find out it was fine. I was fine.
Dude, I found out after high school that I didn't do like just fine. By the end, I had done so well that I was like just under a 3.0 GPA. Like I was at a 2.98 when I passed my last class.
She worked best under pressure, but also burnt out. Got in so much trouble in 3D art when instead of a 2 to 3 foot Loch Ness, my statue was 7 feet. Oh jeez. Yeah, there's always those little intricacies as well with certain classes or certain things. It's like have to stick to this parameter. Like, I remember in one of my language arts classes, we were doing writing stories for something because it was also in my senior year, and we had these really fun choices for language arts classes that year. So it was, I think, it was my Monsters and Villains class, where we just read and watched things about monsters and villains and learned about the psychology and our like messages behind them and such. It's very fun. But we were doing monster stories where we're supposed to take a monster or villain and write a story that was supposed to kind of make you sympathize with them. Kind of, I think it was meant to be in reference to how with Beowulf there's also the villain Grendel, and there was the story of Grendel where it was taken from Grendel's point of view, and kind of meant to make you kind of sympathize with him a little bit more and see his side of the story, kind of thing. So we were supposed to do that. And there was a chunk of my story that I had written where it was just talking about how this monster had a pet rabbit that got killed by the villagers of the villagers that he was like stalking and hunting and such, which is
You know, it could be definitely that ADHD or an ADHD thing, I should say.
Mm.
That thing I do where I go, oh, I get it now after seeing something once.
Yeah. You struggle for a while, and then you actually take a moment to watch, and then suddenly, oh, I get it. And then immediately you're like the best at it. I was like, what the fuck?
God,
The amount of times I've seen you do that to Finch. It's just like
I feel so bad for Finch. He spends hours training himself up to do things, and then I see him do it once and then can perfectly copy it. Or even worse, get better than him at it in like the span of like 5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it terrible if I hope Emmy doesn't stream today?
It's just because you don't want her to still be away today, do you?
You know.
I mean, technically, if Emmy's okay with it, because we hadn't had Poke join yesterday. If you're up for it, you can always join and then help with voices.
That's fair.
But, you know, it's also up to you and up to Emmy, because it's her stream.
Yeah.
Though I doubt she'd mind. She did say, ask last night after Poke left if you wanted to join us for a little bit,
Yeah,
and then decided to end stream.
But I was not feeling very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not feeling great today, but like your streams are chill enough that I'm like I can hang out here and be fine.
Yeah.
I'm like just really banking on hopefully I feel better tomorrow, because tomorrow is my last day off and then I have to go back to class.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really hope I feel better before class. Like I did thankfully go through parts of what I need to do for the first day.
Mm.
So like it's not like I'm doing the whole day's work either.
Mm.
So, but you know, I still would rather feel alright if I'm going to class.
It's always funny to me, thinking about like how the weirdness of like having breaks at different times on like different schools or like different grades and such.
Mm.
Because I remember growing up, a lot of the time it was like, oh, I'm on summer vacation now, but then I have to wait a week for my cousins to be off on summer vacation or something, or or vice versa, and different things like that, or a week before having to go to school, but my cousins don't have to go to school for another week, or vice versa,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Whereas for this, it's you're just now like getting off of spring break and Harlow is just starting spring break tomorrow.
Yeah. So it definitely also has to do with like here class starts in August.
Mm.
Class starts in August, mostly because the schools would pay so much in electricity to keep it cool through actual summer.
Mm-hmm.
It would literally be like tens of thousands of dollars
Oh Jesus.
in funds to keep them cool enough. Because they legally have to keep it, I think it's below 78 degrees.
Mm.
And that's extremely expensive here. Keeping it 80 here is like $2,000 for a month.
Jesus Christ. Oh, one of the nice things about living somewhere where it's fairly low temp.
Yeah,
It doesn't get crazy hot.
Man, I wonder why I want to leave so bad.
It's really just the weather, nothing else.
Yeah. Just the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if there was another reason, I bet they're really pretty.
Shut up.
Okay. Although, if you do go and do stream with Emmy,
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to go grab Finch and Becca and we'll just play Elden Ring.
That's fair.
That's if they're up for that. I hope they are, if you have to go.
I mean, I think I saw Finch in VC earlier. Not anymore, but
Yeah.
he was earlier.
Fair.
So unless he got himself busy hanging out with other people on a different server, then probably would be up for it.
Yeah.
Or at least hang out.
Well, even if it's other server, they're only gonna be there till like 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be fine. I will say, I wish that that little trick I pull where I get it now works more often.
Mm.
I wish I could just like watch a video on someone making music and understand it completely,
Yeah.
or like even something small. Like I've been doing this for weeks, where I watch you crochet for literally 4 hours, but I still don't quite get everything you're doing. I like vaguely follow it, which is good for when I inevitably try, but
Mm.
I'm sure I'm not going to be able to get it for a little bit, even when like,
I mean, everything takes practice. All skills.
yeah.
What also really helps is my teaching abilities have gotten a lot better when it comes to many things. I used to try, like, if there was something I did, like crocheting or something, that a friend of mine had wanted to try to do, and I tried to explain, I was so bad at trying to explain how to do things. And then, but I think it was also because, especially earlier on, I was still kind of learning myself. So
Yeah.
after a while, and I got more comfortable terminology and or how to explain said terminology, I managed to get a lot better about teaching.
God. It'd be so funny if I couldn't figure it out for myself, but like the thing that I did figure out is like dealing with ends. Could you imagine you just hand me stuff that needs the ends dealt with? So I'm just like, oh, okay. You gotta admit, it would be nice. You
To be
wouldn't have to
fair,
deal with them
technically,
anymore.
weaving ends isn't necessarily that difficult. It's just tedious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I did the half-assed version, because this is a blanket for me, and I don't care. If it unravels on me, I'll manage to figure out some way to fix it. It's not the end of the world. This was mostly just to be a fun project that was also supposed to help me track how my mood was throughout the year, so.
Yeah. The funky brain can't get you anymore. I have successfully one-man armied the funky brain.
One more row to go. ASMR crackling knuckles. Jesus. Or my neck. Oof. I love when me popping my knuckles or my neck is loud enough to make my tube react.
Yeah, that was what the laugh was about, is that I heard it on Discord and I knew immediately it was gonna pop up on Avatar and on stream.
Well, I knew for a fact it was gonna pop up on stream. My mic is a little more sensitive for stream than it is in Discord. So sometimes if my mic doesn't pick up something through to Discord, it will for stream.
Yeah.
Such as my neck popping. You know, I'm a little surprised that my cat hasn't come in. Which, you know, I said that it could mean either one because I have two, but technically, Kevin's the one that's been hanging around me a lot more lately than Tig has, so. Like, I think it was sometime last week, there was a particularly kind of hot, like, warmish day, and he came in and laid under my desk, which was really weird for him. Because, like, sometimes he'll come in and, like, sniff around under my desk, but he won't really hang out, especially if I go to try and pet him, because then he's like, oh god, no, and runs off. But he went and just laid down there. Like, oh, okay. Hello, I guess. And then, of course, his habit of chilling out on the footrest next to me now.
Yeah.
That's kind of a spot. And there's the occasion where Tig decides to come in. He usually hops into my lap. And then if I let him and if the desk is free, then up here on this desk. And then he'll just kind of sit there and stare at me.
And
or sometimes he'll curl up, but...
I've definitely seen him loaf more often than curl up.
Usually if, like, I'm actively giving him attention and stuff, or, like,
yeah,
if I'm facing this way, he likes to actually genuinely just lay down and chill. Whereas sometimes if I'm doing something on my other monitor, my main monitor, like playing games or something, he'll sit there, like sit right here about, and just stare at me. Or try to walk up on my other desk, and it's like, no, you can't be over here. Like, no. You are restricted to this desk, not that one. Last night on Emmy's stream when I randomly called out Kevin. Because I had just heard him hop onto my bed, and then I saw a shadow on the wall, and so I ducked over to look around my monitor, and I saw him up on my dresser, and I was like, Kevin, what the hell are you doing? I mean, it's not that big a deal if he's up there really, but I have a lot of small little figures and things up there that I don't really want him to knock down, and he was being nosy, and I also wasn't sure if he was gonna, like, jump down somewhere that he shouldn't be. So I was like, how about no? How about you don't sit up there?
Props where props are due for today, though. Being cloudy and cold all day. And I think oh, wait, my phone says it's raining.
Ooh.
It might not be raining particularly here, but it doesn't look like it's raining here yet.
I can't tell if it's windy outside or if there's just a very loud, like, grumbly car, but it sounds a little windy right now, and I cannot tell though. I can check my phone. Mostly cloudy.
Like this?
It's fucking windy. Not that windy. I don't know. Could have been anything. Could also just been a moment of windiness.
Man, I hate that like, I know I was sick, and I was, like, really not up to stream today. I still feel bad for not streaming.
I get that.
I'm sure Becca's happy about it, though, because considering she was up at, like, what was it, like 4:30 when I sent a message to her? No, it was 4. It was just 4, but still,
Somewhere around that time.
considering we do stream at like 1. Well, 1:30 is when I get ready for setting up and things. We usually chat before that so we can all wake up. But yeah, definitely good for Becca. Considering also both of us were up for like an hour after that text. It's the funniest thing when I'm like up way too early or up way too late, whatever ended up happening that night. And everyone on my entire Discord list is offline except for Becca.
Yawn. One of these days I'll get good sleep. One of these days I'll get back on track with a moderately decent sleep schedule. Not anytime soon if I'm gonna stick to joining Emmy for stream though. But
yeah,
that's because she's Australian. And time zones are bitch. Yes.
Just to save myself from future embarrassment if I forget again. What do you call the thing you're working on like currently? Like not the whole thing, but like the single part of it.
Like the stitch? Like what stitch am I doing?
Is that with the so like you know how you have like the layer of color in the
row? Yes.
It's last time, and then you were like, "Did you call it a row?"
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I asked you how your row's coming along, and then you were like, "Did you call it a row?" And then you laughed, and I was
no,
really
I think you're mixing up words.
Am I?
You might be, because I wouldn't. I need to go back and check, but I know it wasn't you saying row, because I wouldn't correct you if you said row. Because each of these is called, like, each row of color, like, layer of color is a row.
Okay. Maybe I may have misremembered part of it. I don't know.
So each...
Or maybe I was thinking row and I said something stupid because I wasn't, like, fully there. I don't know.
Yeah, each layer of color is called a row. And each, like, piece, like a little bit that I'm doing, I'm just doing in stitches.
Yep.
So this is a double crochet stitch.
And the whole thing is a square.
The whole thing, yes. These little parts, though, are usually, I think, referred to as shells or clusters. Depends on who you ask, because sometimes it also labeling it. I think shells is usually what people stick to. That's the more uniform one. But if it was a cluster, it would be like all also together, but at the top. But done a little bit differently is what I mean.
Yeah, since that stream, I had been like heavily refraining from asking questions because I got really embarrassed last time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're okay. It's not like you don't mean it to be like mean to me or like any of that. You just
I think it was just the word that you ended up using was kind of funny, or it wasn't what I was expecting, and also I just thought it was cute.
Yeah. It's like when I'm like trying, like, I think what happened is I might have heard a different term, maybe that you and Finch were saying a lot, and then I was like, that's probably what that thing is. And then when I tried to bring it up in conversation, I said the wrong thing. Yeah. And then I was embarrassed because I said it with all the confidence in the world. But
I'll have to go back and check. I don't remember what stream that was. It was one of the crochet streams though, so.
It was one of the early ones, yeah.
Was it an early one?
I'm pretty sure. At least in the first, like, 7.
That's a lot of content to go through.
Yeah.
It's also, like, all of that is on my YouTube now. Rather than on Twitch, so.
There we go.
Were you trying to prompt you? Were about to prompt me to say.
With Chaos, where can I go watch those again?
You can go watch my old VODs on my YouTube channel. It should be linked in my Twitch.
Yeah. And if you can't click links, I believe it is a World of Chaos VODs, right?
It should be?
I think that's what it's called.
Hold on.
I'm double checking though. Yeah, it is.
I mean, either way, if you search a World of Chaos, you're gonna come upon 2 accounts, and they're both probably mine. And you'll be able to tell based on the fact that it's me in the profile picture or my persona. Yeah. So you get the channel that has a ton of videos of my old VODs, and the channel that has a singular video of me doing a animation meme thing. Not even really an animation, it's just the fashion meme. Which, hey, I might redo that at some point. We'll see. I think the @ for my other account is also, though, the abbreviated version, so it's AWOChaos. Oh, well. Start doing the intros of my stream with "oh well," in reference to my user of being abbreviated to AWorldOfChaos, and it's gonna be my version of Lois. Hi, hello. Like, oh well, chaos here. It's like, that made me cringe. I made myself cringe. I can't do that.
Anyway, I clip it so you can't escape your cringe.
Oh god. I already made myself cringe getting with Emmy dragging me into impulsively into a stupid bit that she did. Ugh. Talking about the raw XD stupid shit.
Yeah.
God.
That's still at the top of that list, by the way.
Huh?
You going, I screenshots it so you can't escape your cringe.
Since I think I'll probably still have extra of this specific green after I do this row. And I'm not gonna want to start with the darker green only to switch to the other green, the proper green, in the middle of one square. I will likely just throw the leftover of this yarn with the rest of my scrap yarn balls that I have to be used in the future in the scrap scarf that I had been knitting forever ago. So it's a nice green, just not the right one. I'm still salty about that.
It's also me calling you out on wanting to wear a blanket everywhere.
Huh?
I was looking back through one of the VODs, and you were talking about your blanket scarves.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, Chaos just likes wearing blankets everywhere.
I'm literally, I have a scarf down here that I was working on that's a blanket scarf. God damn it.
No, my favorite part about it, too, is literally, you just go, I have so many blanket scarves. You are not wrong by this statement.
I say that, but like I think I have like 2 or 3 maybe in comparison to all my scarves as a whole. I have a lot of scarves. I went from as a small child, like young child, going through a hat phase of having a ton of different animal hats and things that I wore a lot, to going through a scarf phase where I have a ton of scarves that I go through a lot, and then I still wear them. I love scarves.
Dude, you know what? Yes, I can get a date on them.
Huh?
Because it has to be anything before January 18th. It could be any of those VODs, which is like, I think literally only like 1 or 2 of them. Because I was playing Cult of the Lamb at the time.
Oh yeah.
And Steam, my last time I played it was January 18th.
Shit. Can we need to start using fabric scraps? Scrapping is a little too. That I feel that.
Yeah.
If I move this and.
So it's probably in those first like 3.
So this is the blanket scarf that I was working on. It has rainbow yarn that I found at the store. The blanket scarf. A scarf here that I was working on knitting. This one that I started. I don't know what I'm doing with that one. Just trying to get
wow, that looks really good.
That one I need to put this somewhere else, but I have the massive fucking granny square patchwork scarf that I had made and finally finished weaving the ends in. I need to put that somewhere else because it's taking up space over here. And then move this yarn. I don't need it in here. Move that yarn. And I pick this up. Grab that. This is the...
You know what's funny? Yeah, I didn't realize it till looking at that regular scarf there. The blanket I used during the wintertime that is like slightly warm is where did that thing go? Oh, I must have thrown it. My inability to sleep last night.
Need to move that to the side, get it out of the way.
But it's like 2 layers of like clusters, kind of.
This is the very messy but fun scrap scarf that I've been working on.
Yeah, that was what you showed last time with blanket scarves got mentioned.
And then if I wind up this ball, get out of the way, and pick up this basket again. Kind of.
But I like blankets like this. Because of the fact that there's holes in it. I don't really like warm blankets that much. I wonder why. It's almost like I turn into a space heater consistently throughout the year.
Ton of yarn scraps, like leftover small balls of yarn that aren't really enough to make a full project. But maybe enough to add detail. There's some at the bottom that are bigger that I don't know yet. But there's a lot of smaller ones in here. A leftover from one of the balls of rainbow yarn that I had that I used for the cardigan and such. This is like, I remember this yarn a lot because this is the yarn that I used for a beanie that I made. That was one of my first projects. One of the first ones. The first beanie I made, which I have in a basket on the other side of my room. And then this yarn, these two here, and I think another one, are ones that I got in like a bag of thrifted yarn and such when I was first kind of starting out that I never used because I didn't like how it felt. But you know, you never know. I might end up using it in this. This is the last. Actually, there's 2 of them in here of this because I think I started different ones. But last of the yarn I used for a hexie cardigan that I made for my mom. This, I believe, is the last of yarn from a granny square scarf that I made a while back. Random camo themed yarn that I had that I'd used a little bit of. That's another one of those old ones. Well, part of that is part of a different thing, but some of that is from the last little bit of yarn that I used for an autumn-y colored themed scarf that I had made that had a matching hat and matching pair of gloves and things. The ability to just recognize things is so funny. Like these little scraps of yarn. I think... Are there... I remember the ball yarn from this one, but I don't remember what I used it for. Of course, red. Classic red. Of course, I'm gonna have red. It's my favorite color. Of course, I have it. Red of a different shade. Some more from the rainbow yarn. Some Christmas yarn. They're Christmassy because it's white, green, and red. I have this soft kind of, well, it's not that soft anymore because it's old, but originally it was like soft velvety yarn. I had a ball of purple yarn that I liked, and then I took some of that sparkly purple yarn that I had in here, and I put it together and made a ball to use.
You know what? I am gonna step out of the room real quick so I don't forget something again. Okay, I'll be back. Love you.
Love you. brown. I think this is the last of the brown from the autumn colored cardigan that I made. It was all orange and red and brown. I know there's a couple things of yarn in here that I recognize from a scarf that I made an ex of mine. Not that big a deal. Some that I know was left over from a scarf I made for a friend for Christmas. This shiny stuff. Lots of yarn. All the yarn. And now I have to reset that. And rewind this. Let's see, we can also go through some of the yarn that's in this. So the yarn I used at the start is leftover yarn from a worm on a string scarf that I made. As well as I also used it to make a pair of mittens a little while back because I had some left over. Other than this, just some black that I had, some purple I had, yellow. I have a beanie made of this yellow specifically that I did. This yarn is actually the yarn that I used for a little teddy bear. It was one of the first plushies I made as a gift for my niece. This I had used for something. I don't remember that one much. Solid colors that I used for different random projects, whether it was with other colors or by themselves. I think I also used some of this one specifically for that cardigan for my mom. But also that one. This is the leftover yarn from a blanket scarf that I made for my eldest niece for Christmas last year. The yarn that I used for a shawl that I made for my brother's girlfriend's mom. More random leftover yarn, some more of that bubblegum looking yarn that I had. Very colorful scarf. It's gonna be fun, and I love fun, wacky colors. Because I'm a very strange individual. Maybe one day I'll get around to working on knitting in a stream, but like for now, we're sticking to crochet. These yarn book. I got this yarn online. I know I made a beanie with it. It was okay. Just to use it. It was mostly me trying to test out the yarn, see how I liked it. It's very pretty. I very much like this color, the color of this yarn. I also bought this yarn online and I was using it to make something. I don't know yet for sure what it's gonna end up being, but it's fun and it's very plush, and it's like the yarn itself is like a net kind of construction. Like it's a very, very loose, like netty tube that has the soft fiber like blown through it, so it's very soft. It's very soft. It's nice. My makeshift stopper at the end of my thing being an old eraser. Crafty. Yeah, I very much like this yarn. Very pretty. I need to work more on this at some point. And then that yarn. Nice gray. And this one, which is also some yarn that I bought online that I managed to just like for cheap, that turned out really nice. that I'm making a nice red scarf with. Of course, this one, they had very large balls of yarn at the store, and I was like, I need that. So I grabbed the rainbow one, because of course I did. And I was like, what can I make with this? Blanket scarf. Because of course. And then I also have this big cardigan project that I'm working on. Very, very slowly, but it's meant to just be a fun kind of thing. Very nice, fun, orange and yellow yarn. A friend of mine, beloved friend Finch, bought me for Christmas or my birthday. I can't remember because they're too close. He bought it for me as a gift. That's all. That's a fun project to be working on. But now, let's actually get back to the square at hand, because I still need to weave the ends in. I just gotta put this away. I have a lot of projects that I've started and need to finish, but you know, a lot of them are also just kind of side projects. They're just there to do when I want to do them. If I don't feel like doing a different project, I'd go back to one of those. Now for my usual half-assed weaving events, which is just knotting together all the main pieces here and then only weaving in the end at the beginning. Because, oh well. I do want to do another split kind of hexagon cardigan, like the rainbow and black and white one that I did. Because there was someone I saw on Instagram, which is a similar way I found the idea for the other one, that did like a sun and moon inspired like split cardigan, where one side of it was like blues and had like moon applique like decals on it, and then the other side was like orange and yellow, and I think it was mostly yellow, and had like the sun on it and such. It was very pretty, and I very much enjoyed it. And of course, with also my love for the characters of Sun and Moon from the FNAF Security Breach, I was like, I love this, I need this, I want to make this. And so I wrote it down in my notebook for me to remember in the future. I think it was in my other notebook though. My music, like, stop pausing for me. I don't like the silence. And there we go. Finish that square. Put that away. Put that away. Close the side. Take the clips off of that side. Close it. And the square is done. Is I gotta put the notebook away. Jesus Christ. In the drawer it goes. Ta-da! This next square is finally done. I need to put some yarn away. Perfect. Alright. Another week into the square. about that. I'm going to deafen real quick. And then it's time to end stream. Let's see. Who's streaming? There's Jokes. Savvy. Savvy's streaming. I'm rating Savvy immediately. Of course. Yes. Okay. So, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. I had a lot of fun. A surprising amount of chatters today compared to normal. Couple new followers, which I appreciate always. Appreciate you guys coming in and checking things out. And I hope to see you again in the future. As per usual, on Fridays I do, well, usually whatever random game I decide to do. I don't know yet for sure. I might do another crochet thing. We'll figure it. Maybe I might do a drawing stream for the first time. Might just figure out a game. Don't know yet. But I'll have to figure that out. And then Sundays, as per usual, we'll be doing the next square. Which I guess we'll see how that one goes out color-wise. But yes, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. I hope you had a good day. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a good day. Or night, or whatever time zone you're in. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.